Hello, this is Dr. Lewerenz, the Longevity Health Institute. As you're well aware, we do functional wellness preventative medicine. I'm at the end of my day and I'm having my green tea and trying to have the final push through for the day. We're going to do a little segment here talking about, about 3 did you knows. And at the end of this, I'm going to answer some of the did you knows and kind of enlighten you and probably shock you a little bit on some new things in medicine and advancements in medicine. One of them is, did you know that vitamin C actually is a Nobel Prize winning nutrient? And I'm going to explain that in a bit. Hold tight. Did you know that prostate screening, PSA screening by the U.S. Preventative Task Force is not recommended at all anymore, to not screen for prostate health? The other thing did you know is that supplementation and vitamins and supplements that you buy over the counter, most of them, 90% of them, have no scientific data that they can help you at all and have very little regulation about the benefits. Let's talk about something I saw today in the office that might be interesting for you, because it's the unique case where somebody really comes here for wellness, prevention, and really they don't feel too bad. In fact, actually they're athletic, they're middle-aged or young middle-aged, late 30s, early 40s, but they're starting to feel the effects of life. A little stress, a little decreased sleep, not gaining the muscle mass that they used to or maintaining it, maybe even losing muscle mass. They work out in the gym or with a trainer, and they're fatiguing a little bit. Their libido's a little bit down. They don't have the same vigor for life, not necessarily depression, but they're just, they're not having the zest, if you will, for life. But to them, because they're very in tune with their body, because they're so active, they've done sports, they've been very healthy and active and energetic in their life and eating real well and very focused on themselves, they're very sensitive to little simple changes. And this is classically what we see in somebody that has been an ex-high school athlete, college athlete, very in tune with their body physically, works out a lot, and so the sensitivity, or the margins, if you will, for symptoms are minimal. Maybe they've only lost some hormonal decline, or had some hormonal decline like 10%, 15%, but it's giving them enough to where they know that there's been a change, and they're not happy with it and they want to address it, so they come to us. But this is common, and it's actually significant when you talk about something about someone's quality of life, and somebody that these are the things that drive them and keep them well and help them be energetic and love others and love their family and be motivated in work, in the workplace and in business, etc. What do we do with these people? We do no different than we do with most. We look at the systems, we look at the details, but we approach them in a very personalized way, and having a heartfelt sense that these people are not just okay. They didn't come here to be okay. They came here to be well and to have a better quality of life. I just want to give you that perspective, because that's a personalized medical perspective, a functional medical perspective. So let's get back to the did you knows. Did you know that vitamin C was a Nobel Prize winner? Linus Pauling did major studies back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and won a Nobel Prize for the study on vitamin C and the benefits. And one of the things that I find very interesting related to vitamin C is that we as mammals actually need to consume and get vitamin C, or we limit or don't make enough cortisol, which is an adrenal hormone. So when we have a stress response, we need vitamin C to support our adrenal gland so that we can actually respond to these stressors. I'm sure, as you all know, vitamin C's got huge benefits, and I won't go into all of them, but many of them are immune related, and science shows us that actually they're very important in allergies and in collagen production. So again, many benefits, but it's a Nobel Prize winning nutrient, and you should be on it, or at least be considering it, especially if you suffer with any of these things. The second did you know is that prostate screening. So the U.S. Preventative Task Force just came out with a recommendation in 2016 that says doctors should not be screening for prostate cancer. We should not be doing anything with a PSA. Again, the key word here is screening, okay? PSAs have been discovered that this blood test that men get, usually in their late 40s, early 50s start getting, is a very, very unreliable test to true disease. We know with aging, men's prostates typically tend to grow in size, and we can get some urinary issues and erectile dysfunction issues and sex issues. But just general screening for PSAs really leads us down a very unhappy road and a really medically prudent, road that is not efficacious. Too many biopsies, too many missed tests, too many false tests and false positives. So the task force is now saying that in general you should not screen with PSAs. I find this very interesting. But we don't typically either, or we do it very individualized. Now, you are supposed to draw a PSA and look at somebody's prostate if they have any urinary or erectile symptoms or any urologic symptoms. But this is interesting, and I would tell you that be careful when you're treated just as a number, a high rising PSA in a man, and you have to also look at, is it significantly to be treated with your PSA number if you're over the age of 70? Because we know even prostate cancers can be very slow growing and non-aggressive. So something to think about. The third did you know is vitamins and supplementation, their benefits, their efficaciousness is very interesting. So as most of you would assume and know if you know me, part of our model is doing a lot of restorative things. So we use vitamins and supplements and herbals, etc., done in a very personalized, individualized way. Whether that's vitamin D, vitamin C, multivitamins, probiotics, amino acids, etc. Okay, all very important and all very done individualized in a wellness restorative model. Interestingly, though, is most people don't realize that unless you buy a supplement or a vitamin that is a USP, which is part of the United States Pharmacopoeia standardization, which the ingredients are guaranteed to be 99% of what they say in the bottle, which is stamped on the bottle, unless they are pharmaceutical grade, medical grade, GMP certified, then there's no third-party testing. So really what they say in the bottle to FDA standards is very limited, and you could be taking nothing. And I always say it's like buying insurance that'll never pay you. So you got to be careful. And you should be done taking supplements and buying supplements with some education and with some direction professionally. Now, if you're taking a supplement that's been third-party tested, it'll say on the bottle, it'll say certified GMP, medical grade, pharmaceutical grade, third-party tested. You can actually usually research these online to the company in that. But basically they held themselves to a higher standard. They have to pay for third-party testing, but you're guaranteed to get in the bottle what they say. Other standards, FDA standards actually, that are not illegal, you only have to have 20% in the bottle what they state, okay? Not per bottle, not per pill that you buy and take, but per batch. So what you're actually getting could be a very minuscule amount of what they're saying. Plus I come across here very often patients say, oh, I bought this big bottle of fish oil, doc, you told me to take it, I went to Costco, blah, 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 I bought this big bottle, okay? And you must be very careful on something like that because there's excipients in it. Mercury's very high in fish oil if you're not careful and it's not tested for that. So watch out for that. So be educated, be well informed. You want a good supplement because it's got better bioavailability, you get better absorption, you get better nutrients, you get what you pay for. Thus you get a result that you're expecting. Okay, so hopefully these three things educate you and enlighten you. Share with others. Again, this is Dr. Lewerenz, Longevity Health Institute. Hope this finds you well.